part of revitalization from the federal government and the state government. They're trying to breathe life downtown areas, like here in Opelousas, where there's certain areas that don't have as much traffic, not as much business as some unoccupied buildings. If you've got one of those buildings, you may be able to qualify for either a $10,000 or a $2,500 grant to clean up your building, redo the facade on the front. It's through the Lieutenant Governor's Office of Cultural Development and Historic Preservation. You can give a call to Melanie Lee LaBeouf over at the City of Opelousas Tourism, 948-5227, and she can help you with the forms and everything to get those grants in. And all these type of grants really help out. You'll notice a couple of the buildings in town. I know that Judge Harris, Mrs. Judge Harris, is very involved with doing her building right now. I know that a lot of the buildings in town have received these grants. It's a good cause. You see other grants that are somewhat related near the Myrtle Grove Cemetery. When you come into town, there was a grant there that helped redo the facade of the cemetery with the nice gates, the nice fence, to kind of dress up things. It's a good way to show off Opelousas. And of course, right across the street, you've got Le Vieux Village that has been privy to a lot of these historic grants, because we've got everything from the Venus building, which is one of the oldest buildings on this side of the Mississippi River, made of the bosselage type technique of mud and moss to stick the parts of the building together. It's on one of the large, just named to one of the large African-American historic trails that people travel from north all the way to south to see history of African-American culture. They're at Le Vieux Village, a lot of the old schoolhouses, old churches that are there. Really good to go see. And also don't forget about the Orphan Train Museum. Bobby was talking a little bit earlier about how his father and of course the Roy family with Roy Motors, they got here that way. I know Mr. John Brown over in the Grand Prairie area, lots of the local people whose families came in through the orphan train. There's a lot of history about them, and you better see photos of the people and get an idea who the families are, you know, that were impacted. And of course, Father Ingbrink over at St. Landry Catholic Church at that time was the pastor in the 1920s, and was very active in soliciting the orphan group in New York to release these kids and help find families here as well. Welcome back, KSLO, to help find families here to take these kids in. And you know, some of the kids were a little bit older, so they sort of had a place to stay, and they were more like working their way through. And some of the kids were smaller and were adopted just like they were children as well, and became full-fledged members of the family. So really a beautiful story there that you can learn a lot about at the Orphan Train Museum. What else we got going on? We talked about the Boys and Girls Club. I saw that Junior, if any of y'all watch NASCAR racing, Junior Earnhardt, Dale Earnhardt Jr. won the NASCAR race this past weekend over in Michigan. And I know he's pretty much the most popular driver in NASCAR. Bobby and I both are big NASCAR fans, and you can't help but root for him. You know, his dad, Dale Earnhardt Sr., the old number 3, was very, very popular, was killed in an accident at one of the racetracks, and it just, Dale Jr. was raised in the business. People got to watch him grow up. It's been 4 years since that last win. It's good to see him break through and win. And I think it'll help generate a little more viewership too. You know, certain people in every sport that make you watch, whether you like them or you don't like them. If you're a Dale Jr. fan, you know, you're going to watch. If the basketball is going on right now, a lot of people are watching LeBron James. Some people for him, some people against. But it's good to see him breaking through. I also saw that, you know, right now KDCG is part of the Delta Media Group, joined in with KSLO Radio and quite a few other stations in the Lafayette area, as well as with the Lafayette television stations. But they've just changed the format of their 107.1 station to new hot adult contemporary radio. So if you get a chance to listen, Mix 107.1. They'll have Kid Craddock, who's one of these cutting up type DJs early in the morning from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m., Hope Ford from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., TJ from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m., Dave Perry from 7 p.m. to midnight, and Susan Huber from midnight to 5 a.m. And we got this nice note from our good friend Chris Lamke, who's heading up a whole lot of their radio stations there for the Delta Media Group. A lot of you have known him for years with KSLO Radio. So I want to congratulate them on the big change. Now, where am I going to go next, Mark? What are we going to talk about next? Now, you see, I'm getting towards the end of the show, and I usually have Bobby just to play off of at this point. Just to remind you, those of you wondering where Bobby is, earlier this year, well, Bobby through the years, he likes to go see things, he likes to go meet people and do things. And one of the things that Bobby started noticing was that when he goes to these different events, he was starting to kind of fill in a little bucket list. He got a chance to go to a Super Bowl. He got a chance to go to a World Series. He got some chances to go to some World Championship heavyweight fights. He went to the college national championships. And one day he and I were talking. He says, you know, I've never done the College World Series. You know, that's the big event for college baseball. So he had decided early this year, he lined up the tickets and he lined up a place to park his RV. He decided he was going to go up to Omaha and watch the College World Series, whether UL made it or LSU made it or not, he was going to still go. So he and his friend Ramp Spar from over here in town, a lot of you know Ramp, cuts hair over here in Opelousas. They decided to go up there, and they've been up there now. I guess they left last Wednesday, so it's been just over a week. Today, they left Omaha, and they're going north to South Dakota to go visit with Mr. Jim Bervin, who helped start the Evangeline Downs Hotel. And then from there, he's going to head back to Omaha to watch some more baseball. So we want to wish Bobby a good time up there. We hope everything goes well and that he stays safe. And if you watched the show earlier today, you saw a lot of the photos that we had. Now, if you're ever interested in seeing photos from the Bobby Dupre Show, if you go to kdcg.com, you'll see a link there for the Bobby Dupre Show. If you click on that, there's an entire photo gallery that's probably got the last 5 or 6 years worth of photos all up there in date order. You can find whatever show you're looking for and find all the photos you're interested in. If you've taken a picture with Bobby and you're like, boy, I want to get that picture, or Bobby took a picture of you with your child somewhere or your family, just go to that website, kdcg.com, to the Bobby Dupre Show photo gallery. You can download, you can print, you can email, whatever you want to do with the photos. They're all out there free for you to grab a hold of. So if you're ever looking for a photo, go grab one out there. Also, if you want to just watch the Bobby Dupre Show, live streaming is always available on kdcg.com. You can watch all of our programming 7 days a week. Or if you want to watch one of the previous Bobby Dupre shows, we've got at least 6 or 8 of them out there from the prior shows. You can go and click and you can watch any previous Bobby Dupre show. Maybe you found out it was in the first half hour. They're divided in nice segments, so you can pick what part of the show that you want to watch, gives you time to watch it. And because they're archived up there, you can make them fit your schedule. You know, you don't have to necessarily watch them at 7 a.m. on Thursday morning like we broadcast, and at 8 a.m. that we're broadcast, or at 2 p.m. on Saturday and Sundays like we're broadcast. You can watch anytime that you want. And I just got a note from my engineer here, my producer, Mark. He says we actually have the archives now up for the whole last year. So there's plenty of the shows that you want to hunt down. Maybe we talked about one of your parents. Maybe we talked about someone in your family that passed away. Maybe we talked about you in one of your events that was going on. It's a good thing to go back and take a look at. I want to remind you again about the Megan Briley event this weekend. It's a good cause if you can help her. She's the young lady that's over at St. Jude's in Memphis, has got some health issues. It's really hard on the family right now. Her father is self-employed as an exterminator. So while he's spending so much time up in Memphis, it's very, very difficult to keep the business going at the same time. So the more that we can do to help and donate, to help the family have the freedom to go up there and help take care of her, it'd be really appreciated. So the event at Opelousas Catholic starts at 10 a.m., goes all the way to 10 p.m. It's a great event, good calls, going to be some great music and raffles and food and everything that you can imagine, a festival, literally a festival out there. Go by and have a good time. I'm trying to think what else we got going on today. How about, because it's Wednesday, I want to wish happy birthday, happy 15th birthday to my little boy, Andrew. Today's his big day to turn 15. It's getting almost time for that driver's license project coming up. So I guess we'll have to work on that very soon as well. And what else do we have going on this morning? We showed some of the pictures from Perry's event. We showed some pictures from Boys Town. We talked a little bit about Stony Brook. Stony Brook got knocked out much earlier than I think everyone anticipated. They were sort of the Cinderella, but they manhandled LSU so roughly over here in Baton Rouge. I think everyone thought when they went to the College World Series that they would get a little bit deeper into the tournament, but once they got up there, I guess it just reached the point that they were tired. It's been a long season, and those other teams are pretty strong as well. I know Arkansas up there has been doing very well at the College World Series, and a lot of the other SEC teams as well. So we want to still root for our even if we don't have a local team, at least root for our local region and hope that they do well up there. Where do we want to go next, Mark? Looking at me over here and laughing. I'm going to take a breath. Usually I have a moment to take a breath before Bobby gets talking. Oh, we talked earlier also about the 4th of July is coming up, the 4th of July event over at 3 Mile Lake. There will be the annual parade again of the boats over on the lake. If you've got time to go out and enjoy it, I know they do that. I think they even do hot dogs almost every single year and have a good time out there for 4th of July. So if you want to go out to 3 Mile Lake, it's a good thing to go do and have a good time. And I think we're about at the end of this week's show, right, Mark? That works for you? All right. Well, we want to thank you for watching again this past week. Mark sent me all kind of funny notes. I want to thank you all for watching. We appreciate you watching every week. We hope that you go out and talk and spend money with our sponsors. Go out and help promote them and promote our local community by helping give back to our community. It would be a very good cause to do to keep us on the air and keep the television station over here and all its local businesses nice and rolling along. And we'll end this week like we do every week. When you go out this weekend, please try to take the time to attend the church of your choice. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening to The Bobby Dupre Show.